Hey everyone, here I am. I looked this morning and it's been, I think it said 5 days since I did an actual video. Where have I been? What have I been doing? I have done my shorts, so there's lots of shorts that you can go see. I have somebody with me today. Look. I have my Sunbunny. My Sunbunny loves me from Mrs. C. I brought him along. Uh-oh, I hit something. I brought him along just because sometimes you need a little hug. Itchy neck. How are you? I took my glasses off because I need to clean them. And I have a micro fiber cloth here and I'll clean them before I leave, but right now I'm just giving my eyes a break. So, what can I tell you? I have not really felt well, but I won't get into all of that. And this morning, I did a lot of organizing. I found that I had a good size box about this wide and maybe that deep, and it was empty. And so I had a pile of all kinds of papers, doctor's papers, Medicare, Medicaid, some papers I had ripped out of magazines for ideas for things. It was a sea of papers and nothing was in order. So I decided to put all the medical stuff in that box and I will go through it. Some of it I don't need anymore and other things I do need, but I want to organize it by dates, like by the last doctor's visit and all that. So that was a big accomplishment because now I know where a lot of medical papers are. They're all in that one box. And then I did get rid of some things that I didn't need, papers, and then pages I ripped out of magazines for ideas for different things, I put in a little folder and I marked it. So that may not sound like a whole lot, but that was a big accomplishment for me. Plus I did other things. And let's see. It's hard to think, you know, when you've not done a video in 5 days, it's hard to go back and think what I've done that I could share with you. Yesterday, of course, was church. I made it in the morning. Pastor preached a great message on faith. I didn't make it back for the evening service. I just have been feeling really run down. But I don't have a cold or the flu. I've run no fever. I have no cold or flu symptoms. It's just run down. And it could be the chronic fatigue has flared up because I have been running to many doctor's appointments and that takes a lot out of me. It could be that. I don't know. I have decided, if you saw the video where I said I had an idea or thinking out of the box, well, I have thought more about it and I decided I cannot move into my car come the winter. I just can't. I was in Ursula's live this morning and people were putting in the temperatures for different places and I didn't bother to do that. I just made a comment that the weather has changed and I do miss the 100-degree weather. And somebody said that, well, when it was hot, I complained. I didn't really complain. I like 100 degrees. I do. But when it gets to 105, 108, 111, we even had this summer, I'm a little uncomfortable when it's that hot. And maybe those days I kind of complained. And that was probably when the air conditioner in the trailer didn't work. So whatever it was outside, it was a whole lot more inside a trailer. But you give me 100 degrees, I don't complain. I love it. It's really strange to me because the heat from the sun, when it's warm like that and I'm outside with the chickens, or just outside puttering around in my yard, or if I'm outside crocheting or reading, the heat from the sun, it feels so good on my neck, on my shoulders. But heating pads don't help me with the problem I have with my shoulder, or when the Chiari malformation flares up. Heating pad doesn't help. I know they always say 20 minutes heat, 20 minutes ice. I just do full ice packs. That's the only thing that makes me feel good when the condition with my bones flare up, or the Chiari or the syringomyelia, is ice. Yet you give me 100 degrees outside in that nice warm sun, and I don't let the sun, beat down on me, but it's out there. But that kind of heat feels good. So I'm already missing the 100 degrees. I don't know what the temperature is now, but I know in the mornings it's probably in the 50s, and windy, so that puts a little more chill in the air. But I decided, no, I can't move into my car come the winter. I do quotation marks because we don't really get snow, but we get cold temps. We do get into the 20s here in Texas, in my part of Texas, where you have to let your faucets drip, things like that. And the car would just be very, very cold for me. Also, I still have not been able to get the part that I need for the heater and defrost and air conditioner. I made it through the summer without it, without the air in the AC in the car. And I can do without the heater because I can wear layers. I'm used to that from coming from Massachusetts. But the defrost, really need the defrost. And imagine if I had moved into my car in the winter and we get one of those deep freezes. My windshield would be my doors would be frozen. So that's out of the question for now. What else? My car, I noticed, I think Friday, it's making a new noise now. And I need to have someone that I know local around here to listen to that noise and tell me what it is. I'm not going to call my mobile mechanic friend to come all the way out here just to listen to the sound. But once I know what it is and I put money back to repair it, I'll call him. Next month is inspection and registration, so I really have to pinch pennies to get whatever this new noise is fixed. It's like, it almost sounds like when you were a kid and you were riding your bike and the chain fell off. Remember that sound? It's almost like that. And of course the car don't have no chain. It must be something in the front brakes. In my car don't have those lights that pop up to tell you, I have the lights that come up to say check engine and airbag, things like that, but nothing comes up to say brake. So, but I'm pretty sure it's something to do with a front brake. Now I don't know if it's a shoe or a pad. It's not a screeching sound. It's not like a metal on metal sound. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I'd ride my bike and my chain would fall off. Now someone just pulled up next to me. They're probably gonna see my Somebody Loves Me bunny. Can't see what they're looking at because their windows are really tinted. They do have a nice blue truck though. I'm still thinking, I know that I mentioned it last week, about doing an auction for a couple of my baby blankets. And when I did that video talking about it, I didn't realize that that day was Tuesday, and it didn't leave me much time because Thursdays I have church. Then come to find out, this past Thursday, we didn't have church because there was a youth conference at North Little Rock. And so our people that could go, went there, so we didn't have church. I could have done the auction Thursday, but I'm still thinking about what day this week in the evening I could do that. Or even if it's a good idea, I don't know. Very undecided about many things, many things. Thankfully, I have some good news. Some people that I know were over in Israel, and they were over there before this mess started. They live right here. They went over there, and as soon as this mess started, they tried to get out and get home, and their flights were denied. I think they tried twice. They were able to try twice, and their flights were denied. They had their original tickets to leave yesterday, Sunday, yeah. And with everything going on, they were trusting God that they were going to be able to leave. They just didn't know how difficult it would be, and things were getting pretty messy with the rockets and the bombs and all in the area that they were in. It didn't start out in the area that they were in, but as you know, it's moved all around. But I got word yesterday that they made it home, hallelujah, and flew into Dallas-Fort Worth Airport yesterday around 4:30. And someone else that I know that's related to them sent me a picture of them, the husband and wife, and then their daughter and her husband, who I know, had gone down there to pick them up, and so they took a family picture, and they do look so tired, but I'm so thankful that they made it out. They had to go all different kinds of ways. I think they were started to head to Egypt. The government was telling them they could go that way. Then something happened, and I don't know the whole story because I haven't talked with them, but I do know it was not easy to get out, as you can imagine, but I'm glad that God kept his hand on them and brought them home. So that's some good news. And oh, I had a diabetes appointment this morning with my endocrinologist. It was for 8:45 down in Plano. That car looks like mine. Yeah, it was like mine, but silver. But last night I went on to my health portal where you can, they call it e-check-in. You can check into your appointments that way, or you can cancel, or you can reschedule. And I rescheduled it, so I go the 20th. I think that's Friday. And I go a little later in the morning, so I won't be stuck in all that morning rush traffic. I'll still be in traffic, but I won't be in that morning rush traffic. And I just didn't feel well enough to drive all the way down there. Like I say, it's not a cold or the flu. It's just really a run-down feeling. I know allergies have some to do with it. Yep. The other day I was looking through my herbal teas. I need to get some more, but I found I had lavender with something, and it was throat coat. And because my throat was feeling itchy from post-nasal drip, and boy, that tea was good. I need to get some more herbal teas. I love herbal teas. I love them all. The fruity ones, the not fruity ones. Just got a text. Was it Saturday? Saturday I went to one of the food pantries. I went a little later, like it was like an hour before they were closing. I went and it wasn't cold. I didn't think it was cold, but I'll tell you, it was windy. And the natives here were bundled up like if there was going to be a blizzard. They had on a lot of them had on thick winter coats with those hoods that have that fur around them. And I was noticing, I saw some young kids that didn't have like hoodies on or any kind of hat on, and I just felt bad for them. Maybe they didn't want them on, but I was thinking with that wind, so easy to catch an earache. And when I went home and I put things away, I sat down and crocheted a hat. I should have brought it, but it's variegated. It was a ball of variegated that I just had handy, and I just whipped up a hat. And that's what I usually do. It's my way of giving back to the food pantry or to the community. They never ask you to, but obviously I can't donate food to them for them to give away. They would say, well, you come here for food. And I don't have the finances, you know, to give some kind of offering, but I have in the past, even last year, crocheted hats, men's hats, you know, different sizes, different colors, and put them in a baggie and donated them there. And I have seen them put them out on this shelf, you know, and they'll put a sign for free. And that makes me feel good when I stand back there and see that the people that volunteer there have put them out, and that people there for needs grab a hat, because why not? I also try to always keep some hats made and keep them in the back of my car for when I see people that are homeless. We don't really, I don't want to say we don't have that problem here in Wylie. I don't see it compared to if I go to Garland or if I go to Plano. They're out in intersections holding signs, and they're out in front of stores. I think Wylie doesn't allow it, but I know that there are some homeless people here in Wylie that stay in their cars. A couple years ago, there was a big article about it, and I think the police were going around checking on them, not making them move, but just checking on them because it was in the winter. But I won't approach anyone's car, and I'm very careful when I approach someone that appears to be homeless, like at an intersection holding a sign. If I have the red light and I'm right there, I'll hand them a hat. I've done that. So I always try to keep a few hats in the car, you know, for that. Hats don't take any time to make, and they don't use a whole lot of yarn. And I think it's just the right thing to do for me. So I went home Saturday and made a hat, and I'll make some more. And next time I go by that food pantry, it doesn't have to be a day that I'm going to get any food. It can just be a day that I'm going by there. If they're open only certain days and certain hours, I will drop off a few hats. I know that's appreciated. And what else can I tell you? I thought the other day my silky hen had gotten broody. But when I went to check on her, she wasn't sitting on an egg. She just felt like having a lazy day sitting up in the nesting box. And I did see after a while she got herself out and was running around and drinking. But I thought, oh, did she go broody? Maybe there'll be a baby. But she didn't. But they're all doing good. The gosling's doing good. Miss Kitty Cat, Sadie and Monster. Everyone is good. I guess that's about it. 5 days that I haven't called you up, and I don't even have a whole lot of news to report. Maybe you saw the No Talk Nature Walk video I did by the lake. So sad to see the lake so low and all that trash around. That's how it is. as low as that water is, people are still going there and to the dam and some other fishing spots, because now is crappie time. It's spelled C-R-A-P-P-I-E. They tell me it's pronounced crappie. Some pronounce it crappie, but it's a small fish, very bony. I've had it and it's okay. And I didn't eat it out of this lake. As low as the lake is, though, they are down there fishing for their crappie. That's one thing I do miss about back home is the fish. You go into Boston and you can buy fresh fish from those fishermen, and that is delicious. I love haddock, and I do like tilapia. I never had catfish till I came here, and I don't mind it. Some people here don't like that catfish because they say they're bottom feeders. There's some restaurants around that serve catfish, and they say that they buy them from fish farms, so they're not coming out of a dirty lake where they've been eating just anything from the bottom. And I do like cod. Back home I would buy cod, and I've bought cod here, and I soak it to get that salt out. Cod, haddock, tilapia, and then would be the catfish. Oh, and back home, oh, that car's making the same noise as mine. Did you hear it? Back home, I loved full belly clams. There was quite a few clam shops, or they'd call them clam shops or fish shops. There'd be these little shops off of the road, and you could buy your full belly clams. A clam plate would be full belly clams, clam strips, a piece of haddock, and a bunch of fries. And I really never bought just clam strips. I figured if I'm going to eat a clam, I want the whole clam. And I do miss that. I've been here 12 years. I've never had a clam. I think it's, well, this part of Texas, I don't think they have them. I'm really not sure. The blue truck is still next to me, running. And now people are getting ready to plant their cold crops. You go to the feed store and they have out garlic and onion and different kinds of greens, you know, that you can start planting now. I know when I had my garden a few years ago, I started in January or December, January, planting my onions and some different greens. Well, 23 minutes already, and I feel like I've not said nothing. If you don't know Barbara from Crochet Therapy, I think is the name of her channel. She's a delightful person, and I was in her live this morning, and boy, she went through a very stressful last week. But you know what? She made it through. So we never know what someone else is going through, do we? We never know, but the thing is to stay connected to God through prayer, through His Word. We have to stay connected. our faith grows, you know, and we're able to just have that confidence in Him. We can just trust Him. I mean, that's how I live my life. And I mean, you go to the doctor, you trust the doctor. You go to the mechanic, you trust your mechanic. Why not trust God? It's just as simple as that. And the more you trust Him, the more you see the hand of God in your life. And then no matter what you're going through, God is there and He takes us through. And I'm so thankful for that. Keeping our mind on Jesus. We sang that chorus yesterday at church. It's an old chorus. It says, well, it's just kind of repeat, but it says, get your mind on Jesus and let's have church. Just simple like that. And it's a good old chorus. I'm in the parking lot where Michael's is and Sprouts. And the Sprouts parking lot is really full, and the Michael's part has like 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. People just don't have the money to spend, you know. You sit in a parking lot like this and you see the grocery store and then a craft store, and even over here is it's called Hollywood Feed. It's for pets. I used to buy the dog's food from there, but it got to be way too much. It's a very good food, very healthy, but it was over $5 a can, and they'd always tell you that you were like a plus member or something like that. Do you have a number with us? And you give them the number, and months and months would pass. I'd say, am I earning anything by giving you my number? Any points? Maybe even to a free can of dog food after so many months? Nope. We just use your number. I don't know what they use it for, so I had to stop going there. But there's no cars there. And then Michael's, like I said, and then the grocery store has quite a few cars. And at the end is a little, I've never been in there, but it's some kind of place where you can go buy burgers, and it's called FOX, FOXIS, or yeah. And there's 2 cars in front of that, and probably it's the people that work there. People just don't have money for eating out. They don't have money for craft things at Michael's. I have a, what do you call it? Michael's Reward. I don't have a $5 one yet to go use, but I do have the Michael's Reward. So when I buy something, I earn some points. And I have a teacher's discount for being a Sunday school teacher. But I don't have the extra cash to be going in there to get anything. And I really don't need anything. I do like to look at their yarn and Sprouts. Sometimes I go in there, but I do most of my shopping at Kroger because I earn points to get money off my gas. The other day I saved 10 cents a gallon. So, well, thanks for listening to me ramble. I just feel like I've rambled. And I'm gonna head home, take Mr. Somebody Loves Me in the house. I may make him a little scarf. I don't know. Maybe a scarf or a hat, maybe. I do enjoy them, and I don't know if I did a video on how this bunny that Mrs. C made me, how it brought back so many memories from when I was a kid. I don't know if I did a video about that. I know that I was going to, but I don't know if I did. Okay, wow, 29 minutes, 50 seconds. Oh, and thank you all for new subscribers. I saw yesterday that I had like 7 new subscribers. And somewhere during the night, YouTube took a few of you away. I don't know why, but come back. Come back, come back. I do plan to take a walk with you uptown and show you the different shops. I know I did a real quick video just driving through our small downtown. That was early in the morning. It was like 7 or just before 7. The sun wasn't even up yet. But I do plan to walk up there and show you. But I'm going to do it. It will be one evening when the shops are closed, because I don't want to be walking and holding the camera and talking and showing you the shops and people coming in and out of the shops. So I'll be doing that though. All right, I'll let you go. Thank you. And remember to be kind to everybody, because somebody's having a bad day. And I'll talk to you later.